Caroline. Two questions. First, a follow-up on one of my colleagues who asked you about the president's interview with Reuters. You said that he was joking about canceling the elections, but Americans for generations have fought and died for democracy, for this democracy. Are you saying that the president finds the idea of canceling elections funny?
Andrew, were you in the room? No, you weren't. I was in the room. I heard the conversation, and only someone like you would take that so seriously and pose it as a question in that way.
Thanks, Caroline. Earlier, you were just defending ICE agents generally, and earlier on, Secretary Noem spoke to the media, and she said, among other things, that they are doing everything correctly. 32 people died in ICE custody last year. 170 U.S. citizens were detained by ICE. And Renee Good was shot in the head and killed by an ICE agent. How does that equate to them doing everything correctly?
Why was Renee Good unfortunately and tragically killed?
Are you asking me my opinion? Because an ICE agent acted recklessly and killed her unjustifiably.
Oh, okay. So you're a biased reporter with a left-wing opinion.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, because you're a left-wing hack. You're not a reporter. You're posing in this room as a journalist, and it's so clear by the premise of your question. And you and the people in the media who have such biases but fake like you're a journalist, you shouldn't even be sitting in that seat.
Slap 'em.
But you're pretending like you're a journalist, but you're a left-wing activist.
Hell
and the
yeah.
question that you just raised and your answer proves your bias. You should be reporting on the facts. You should be reporting on the cases. Do you have the numbers of how many American citizens were killed at the hands of illegal aliens who ICE is trying to remove from this country? I bet you don't. I bet you didn't even read up on those stories. I bet you never even read about Lake and Riley or Jocelyn Nungray or all of the innocent Americans who were killed at the hands of illegal aliens in this country. And the brave men and women of ICE are doing everything in their power to remove those heinous individuals and make our communities safer. And shame on people like you in the media who have a crooked view and have a biased view and pretend like you're a real honest journalist.
Slap him with your words. Caroline Levitt, man, that's why I like Caroline Levitt, because she doesn't take the BS. She will tell you straight up that, you need to get your facts together. Another audit that we need in this country is all these so-called journalists that are coming out here trying to sway and change and flip words and change the whole scenario of what happened. Get to the facts, report them to the American people. Simple as that. A lot of these people want quick clicks and people to come see their, wherever article or whatever website that you come from to try to appeal to people. It's just not going to work. We need realness in this country.
Another urgent priority for bringing down the cost of living is to stop the colossal fraud that is bleeding American taxpayers absolutely dry. The fraud being committed by the Somali population in Minnesota. Have you heard of them? They're lovely people. Is monumental. And California, Illinois, New York, and others are just as bad. Our country has been losing over $500 billion to fraud every single year, but those days are over. We have the best group you've ever seen assembled going after fraud. In Minnesota, we're cracking down on the Somali scams, ending the brazen and shameless theft of taxpayer dollars. Well, let's go.
Hey, we got to do what's been, you've been caught. You got to face the consequences here in America. And this isn't an attack on a specific group, Somalians. This isn't an attack on them. When we talk about deporting people, this isn't an attack on Latin America. This isn't an attack on any type of Mexican descent, Hispanic descent. If you're brown, this isn't an attack. If you broke the law, if you chose to break the law, you got to pay the consequences. That's just how it is here in America. We're not living in a type of country where if you break the law, you can get away with it and do whatever you want, and it's free game. In that case, why don't I just start breaking the law out here in random places and let the world know that, yeah, this is how it's going to... No, it's not. It's not going to be that way. We have law and order here in this country. We respect the law of this country. If our government decides to overstep and start doing real illegal things and actually causing injury and death to American citizens without lawful reason, then we, the people, can activate our Second Amendment and do the right to bear arms and protect ourselves from tyranny. That's not happening today, 2026 in America. It's not happening. People are listening to the left-wing media about, oh, yeah, Trump's doing this, Trump's doing that. Don't listen to these people. See what's actually going on. If you're not too familiar, don't just keep watching videos. Go to these places in America and question these people. And when I say people, I mean law enforcement. Get the story from both sides. Civilians and law enforcement.
Going on in Maine, too, with Somalis. We've frozen all children's payments to those states that we're talking about, and we will now require proof of attendance in order to receive federal funding for child care or any of that. How about all these child care places in Minnesota where there is no children? They go there, they get paid millions and millions of dollars. The biggest operation in all of Minnesota had no children. And we pay millions of dollars. They're scammers. They're scammers. They always will be. And we're getting them out, and we're not going to pay them. We're not going to pay Minnesota. Right, Scott? We're not paying Minnesota any more money for that, any of that crap. It's a big scam. It's a giant scam run by an incompetent, crooked governor. He's an incompetent, crooked guy. And also we're freezing any and all welfare payments going to illegal immigrants that will start effective immediately. So when illegals come into California, Gavin Newsom, they come into California and they send us bills for people coming in. We're not paying it. So we're working on that very strongly. Just don't pay it. Good. As Nancy Reagan would say, just say no. Remember Nancy Reagan, just say no to drugs. It's a little more difficult than that, I guess, right? But just say no. Additionally, from this moment forward, if you're on public assistance like almost all Somalis are, did you see where 94% of them are on public assistance? You can't wire money out of the country back to your bank account from where you came. But more importantly, we probably aren't even going to give them the money anymore, the money going to them, because of the tremendous abuse and probably illegality being perpetrated on our country. We're not going to give them the money. We're not giving them the money. It's massive numbers of people are scamming our country. You know, they came from a place with nothing, and they come here and they drive around in Mercedes-Benz. You know, the Mercedes-Benz dealers do well in that area of Minnesota. Can you believe it? They have nothing. They get welfare payments, and they have Mercedes-Benz.
We all pay for it.
It angers me so much, but we're going to straighten out our country. This was done under Biden and Obama.
And Trump. Don't forget yourself, because you were the president before Biden. That's my biggest question to President Trump himself, is how and why did the administration, your administration, overlook the fraud, waste, and abuse in the entire country? Okay, you started with Washington and having Elon Musk move in with Doge to really figure out the fraud, waste, and abuse. But what about all these other states? All these other states, I know for a fact, has some sort of fraud happening in those states. All these states need to be investigated. In my personal opinion, I believe that every single state needs to have a monthly audit from somebody, an agency of some sort, that can verify that everybody is doing their jobs correctly. There's nobody doing any type of illegal activity to steal from American taxpayers. I mean, we need a full, huge audit for the entire country. I don't even know if audit is the right word for the whole country, but you guys understand what I'm saying, is that we need some type of system that can reevaluate everybody that has even small businesses. Because I know for a fact as well, especially in California, we have some business owners that hire illegal immigrants. Is that right? Is that wrong? Especially during a time in 2026 when we have a mission of deporting illegal immigrants. But now we're having business owners that are U.S. citizens harbor these individuals and really, contributing to their crime by, keeping them away from law enforcement. I think that the government needs to do an extra push on securing this country. We need to stop and pump the brakes about what's been happening in other countries. And now we're probably going to be getting into a damn war with Iran because of the threats going back and forth with President Trump and the leaders that are happening there, even though we have already supposedly, allegedly destroyed a lot of their nuclear power. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody. This was for Charlie.